and so may the Christians say, What, have I done wrong, that so-and-so spoke well of me? For if I had done right, he would not. He has not the sense to praise goodness. He could only have applauded that which suited his own taste. Christian men, you must never covet the world's esteem. The love of this world is not in keeping with the love of God. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Treat its smiles as you would treat its threats, with quiet contempt. Be willing rather to be sneered at than to be approved, counting the cross of Christ greater riches than all the treasures of Egypt. O harlot world, it were a sad dishonor to be thy favorite. Tire thy head and paint thy face, thou Jezebel, but thou art no friend of ours, nor will we desire thy hollow love. The men of this world were mad to raise us to their seats of honor, for we are aliens and citizens of another country. When the Pope sent a noted Protestant statesman a present of some silver goblets, he returned them with this answer: The citizens of Zurich compel their judges to swear twice in the year that they will receive no presents from foreign princes. Therefore, take them back. More than twice in the year shall the Christian resolve that he will not accept the smiles of this world, and will do no homage to its glory. We fear the Greeks even when they bear gifts. Like the Trojans of old, we may be beguiled with presents, even if unconquered in arms. Forswear then the grandeur and honor of this fleeting age. Say in life what a proud cardinal said in death: Vain pomp and glory of the world, I hate ye. Pass through Vanity Fair without trading in its vanities, crying in answer to their, What will ye buy? We buy the truth. Take up the pilgrim song, and sing it always. The things eternal I pursue, and happiness beyond the view of those who basely pant for things by nature felt and seen. Their honors, wealth, and pleasures mean, I neither have nor want. Nothing on earth I call my own. A stranger to the world unknown, I all their goods despise. I trample on their whole delight, and seek a country out of sight, a country in the skies. Furthermore, as aliens, it is not for us to hoard up this world's treasures. Gentlemen, you who know the Exchange of New York, would you hoard up any extensive amount of Mr. Chase's greenback notes? I think not. Those stamps which officiate in the States in lieu of copper coinage I should hardly desire to accumulate. Perhaps the fire might consume them, or if not, the gradual process of wear and tear which they are sure to undergo might leave me penniless ere long. No, sir, says the British trader, I am an alien. I cannot very well accept payment in these bits of paper. They are very well for you. They will pass current in your state. But my riches must be riches in England, for I am going there to live directly. I must have solid gold, old English sovereigns. Nothing else but these can make me rich. Brethren, so it is with us. If we are aliens, the treasures of this world are like those bits of paper, of little value in our esteem, and we should lay up our treasure in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. The money of this world is not current in paradise, and when we reach its blissful shore, if regret can be known, we shall wish that we had laid up more treasure in the land of our fatherhood, in that dear fatherland beyond the skies. Transport thy jewels to a safer country than this world. Be thou rich toward God rather than before men. A certain minister, collecting for a chapel, called upon a rich merchant, who generously gave him 50 pounds. As the good man was going out with sparkling eye at the liberality of the merchant, the tradesman opened a letter, and he said, Stop a minute. I find by this letter I have lost this morning a ship worth 6,000 pounds. Oh, the poor minister trembled in his shoes, for he thought the next word would be, Let me have the 50-pound check back. Instead of it, it was, Let me have the check back a moment. And then, taking out his pen, he wrote him a check for 500 pounds. As my money is going so fast, it is well, said he, to make sure of some of it. So I will put some of it in God's bank. The man, you doubt not, went his way astonished at such a way of dealing as this. But indeed that is just what a man should do, who feels that he is an alien here, and his treasure is beyond the sky. There is my house and portion fair, my treasure and my heart are there, and my abiding home. For me my elder brethren stay, and angels beckon me away, and Jesus bids me come. It is now our comfort to remind you that although aliens on earth, we are citizens in heaven. What is meant by our being citizens in heaven? Why, first, that we are under heaven's government. Christ, the King of heaven, reigns in our hearts. The laws of glory are the laws of our consciences. Our daily prayer is, Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. The proclamations issued from the throne of glory are freely received by us. The decrees of the great King we cheerfully obey. We are not without law to Christ. The Spirit of God rules in our mortal bodies. Grace reigns through righteousness, and we wear the easy yoke of Jesus. Oh, that he would sit as King in our hearts, like Solomon upon his throne of gold. Thine we are, Jesus, and all that we have. Rule thou without a rival. As citizens of the New Jerusalem, we share heaven's honors. The glory which belongs to beatified saints belongs to us, for we are already sons of God, already princes of the blood imperial. Already we wear the spotless robe of Jesus' righteousness. Already we have angels for our servitors, saints for our companions, Christ for our brother, God for our Father, and a crown of immortality for our reward. We share the honors of citizenship, for we have come to the general assembly and church of the firstborn, whose names are written in heaven. Beloved, now are we the sons of God, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. As citizens, we have common rights in all the property of heaven. Those wide, extensive plains we sung of just now are ours. Ours yon harps of gold and crowns of glory. Ours the gates of pearl and walls of chrysolite. Ours the azure light of the city that needs no candle nor light of the sun. Ours the river of the water of life, and the 12 manner of fruits which grow on the trees planted at the side thereof. There is naught in heaven that belongeth not unto us, for our citizenship is there. Things present or things to come, all are ours, and we are Christ's, and Christ is God's. And as we are thus under heaven's government, and share its honors, and partake of its possessions, so we today enjoy its delights. Do they rejoice over sinners that are born to God, prodigals that have returned? So do we. Do they chant the glories of triumphant grace? We do the same. Do they cast their crowns at Jesus' feet? Such honors as we have, we cast there too. Do they rejoice in him? So also do we. Do they triumph, waiting for his second advent? By faith we triumph in the same. Are they tonight singing, Worthy the Lamb? We also have sung the same tune, not to such glorious notes as theirs, but with as sincere hearts, with minstrelsy not quite so splendid, but we hope as sincere. For the Spirit gave us the music which we have, and the Spirit gave them the thunders of their acclamations before the throne. Our citizenship is in heaven. Brethren, we rejoice to know also that as the result of our being citizens, or rather I ought to have said as the cause of it, our names are written in the roll of heaven's free men. When at last the list shall be read, our names shall be read too. For where Paul and Peter, where David and Jonathan, where Abraham and Jacob shall be found, we shall be found too. Numbered with them we were in the divine purpose, reckoned with them we were in the purchase of the cross, and with them shall we sit down forever at the tables of the blessed. The small and the great are fellow citizens, and of the same household. The babes and the perfect men are recorded in the same great registry, and neither death nor hell can erase a single name. Our citizenship, then, is in heaven. We have not time to extend that thought. John Calvin says of this text, "It is a most abundant source of many exhortations, which it were easy for anyone to elicit from it." We are not all Calvins, but even to our smaller capacities, the subject appears to be one not readily exhausted, but rich with unfathomable joy. We must now come to our third point, which is, our conversation is in heaven. Our walk and acts are such as are consistent with our dignity as citizens of heaven. Among the old Romans, when a dastardly action was proposed, it was thought a sufficient refusal to answer, "Romanus sum," I am a Roman. Surely it should be a strong incentive to every good thing if we can claim to be free men of the eternal city. Let our lives be conformed to the glory of our citizenship. In heaven they are holy. So must we be. So are we if our citizenship is not a mere pretense. They are happy. So must we be, rejoicing in the Lord always. In heaven they are obedient. So must we be, following the faintest monitions of the divine will. In heaven they are active. So should we be, both day and night praising and serving God. In heaven they are peaceful. So should we find a rest in Christ and be at peace even now. In heaven they rejoice to behold the face of Christ. So should we be always meditating upon him, studying his beauties, desiring to look into the truths which he has taught. In heaven they are full of love. So should we love one another as brethren. In heaven they have sweet communion one with another. So should we, who though many are one body, we should be every one members one of another. Before the throne they are free from envy and strife, ill will, jealousy, emulation, falsehood, anger. So should we be. We should, in fact, seek, while we are here, to keep up the manners and customs of the good old fatherland, so that, as in Paris the Parisian soon says, "There goes John Bull," so they should be able to say in this land, "There goes a heavenly citizen, one who is with us and among us, but is not of us." Our very speech should be such that our citizenship should be detected. We should not be able to live long in a house without men finding out what we are. A friend of mine once went across to America, and landing, I think, at Boston, he knew nobody. But hearing a man say, when somebody had dropped a cask on the quay, "Look out there, or else you will make a cogshell job of it," he said, "You are an Essex man, I know, for that is a proverb never used anywhere but in Essex. Give me your hand." And they were friends at once. So there should be a ring of true metal about our speech and conversation, so that when a brother meets us, he can say, "You are a Christian, I know, for none but Christians speak like that or act like that. Thou wast also with Jesus of Nazareth, for thy speech betrayeth thee." Our holiness should act as a sort of Freemasonry, by which we know how to give the grip to the stranger, who is not a real stranger, but a fellow citizen with us and of the household of faith. Oh, dear friends, wherever we wander, we should never forget our beloved land. In Australia, on the other side of the world, or in the Cape of Good Hope, or wherever else we may be exiled, surely every Englishman's eye must turn to this fair island, and with all her faults we must love her still. And surely, let us be where we may, our eyes must turn to heaven, the happy land unstained by shadow of fault. We love her still, and love her more and more, praying for the time when our banishment shall expire, and we shall enter into our fatherland to dwell there forever and ever. Shenstone said, "The proper means of increasing the love we bear our native country is to reside some time in a foreign land. Sure am I that we who cry, 'Woe is me, for I dwell in Mesech, and sojourn in the tents of Kedar,' are sure to add, 'Oh, that I had wings like a dove, for then would I fly away and be at rest.'"